This Monster Wants to Eat Me is an anime that's currently airing right now for the fall 2025 season. I'm currently 7 episodes deep, technically already past the halfway point of the show, and I want to simply talk about it real quick and get my thoughts and feelings out of the way. And more or less just say that the show in overall is pretty good. However, I am coming away from this hoping that it doesn't fall into the same lanes of another show that at one point in the past I was super hyped about, that I really did like at one point, but unfortunately really fell on the wayside as the show progressed. So I guess with this show, This Monster Wants to Eat Me, with a title, the art style, the poster that you see here, it is giving like a lot of like really nice aesthetics, and it's really showcasing that this is going to be a really dark slice of life anime. After all, first and foremost, a lot of the subject matter and themes that are portrayed so far in these 7 episodes is obviously dealing with subject matter such as depression and anxiety and obviously suicide. And when I mean those three topics being talked about throughout these 7 episodes and probably throughout the show at the moment, it's really going to be hard for some who have obviously been through and has had these moments of thinking about it, right? And that makes a lot of sense. And the show is mainly about our girl Hinako, where after a tragic car accident that took the lives of her family and she once had considered a normal life, she has been scarred and scared for life to the point that she has essentially been at the tippy toes of death, where she's always been contemplating about either ending it all once for all or trying to continue and live like what her parents grasped in their fond moments before they unfortunately died in that car accident. And in the show, we basically get to see like Hinako slowly but surely like go from like those thoughts of like thinking about it to where she's starting to understand life, understand the meanings of having friends, starting to finally feel more happy, have like a glimmer of her face starting to blossom up and actually appreciating everything that's around her. And throughout this whole time, of course, she doesn't do that alone. She is encountered by Shiori Omi, who is the person that was the catalyst to like this whole story in the first place. And Shiori comes with the whole like declaration that she's going to basically eat her. That her sole purpose is simply eat her, but not right now because what she wants to do is to essentially eat her when she's at her best, at her prime. It's basically when she's super happy, full of joy, and then bada bing, bada boom, Shiori's going to eat her alive because at the end of the day, she's actually a yokai monster. Which, if you know yokais in Japanese folklore, you know what they are more or less. But Shiori basically was able to save Hinako from a pretty crazy incident, which encounters and precedes the story that will follow soon after. And then, of course, we get introduced with Hinako's best friend Miko, where her as a character at first felt like really like background character ish, but then once we got in, like towards the fourth through the fifth episode, roughly, maybe even to like the extent the sixth episode from last week, it actually turned out like Miko Yoshiro's backstory is actually really cool, really compelling, and it actually makes a lot of sense when looking back at the earlier episodes. So honestly, truthfully, I do think that the show has a lot of merit right now. It has a lot of great qualities. There's also like some like I mean, currently with only three big voice actors voicing these three characters I mentioned. I mean, a lot of the voice acting you're going to instantly hear from some pretty big names. I mean, Miko Yashiro, who is being voice acted by Ai Feroz, is the same voice actress who did Power from the Chainsaw Man series. So if you're a huge Chainsaw Man enthusiast and know and instantly identify her voice, she's basically on this anime right here, right now. And look, I think normally in a situation like this anime, I would probably like make a follow up to this anime and actually like maybe get my full thoughts of it once the show is concluded. But I feel like at the rate it's going, the pacing that it is, now that I'm thinking about it, I just think that it's kind of gonna stay in the same tangent that it's gonna be at this point. And again, I'm enjoying it. I'm liking it a lot. And again, I am hoping that it doesn't fall into like the Uruseki picnic route from back from like a couple years ago, where it had a really cool premise, really nice characters, really strong performances, but then it kind of fell on the wayside with the story. So prayers that it doesn't fall into that like that wasteland. But overall, currently 7 episodes deep. I'm actually liking the show. I think that this is like really good, a must watch for anyone that is into the subjects and the themes that's being portrayed in the show. And again, it really keeps you like guessing and questioning like what is the meaning of life and like what happens and if is Hinako actually going to be happy or going to actually see her smile and actually be fulfilled with being happy from this outcome from this point forward. Because I do think that with today's seventh episode, it's going to get a little bit more interesting from here, more or less. So yeah, overall, I think this Monster Hunter Emi is pretty good. It's definitely a must-watch for those that really like this type of anime, this genre, what have you. Um, I guess because I just think it's not gonna really like get up there to what I think. I know this might be a little early for the score, but I'm currently just gonna give like a light seven on this thing. It's really good. I just I'm gonna keep definitely watching the show all the way through to the end, but I'm hoping that it sticks the landing as I predicted. But we'll see. Maybe my video here is gonna age really poorly and it's gonna fumble for all I know. But yeah, just wanted to simply talk about this show and praise about it. That's it. I'll see you all in the next one. Later.